to give you Kool-Aid, bitch. Through the bricks he burst to quench your bitch ass thirst. He's high as fuck on angel dust, so nothing hurts. Come drink the Kool-Aid, kids. He'll come to where you live, breaking and entering to give you Kool-Aid, bitch. Oh fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Cops and hopping the fences, pouring Kool-Aid on kids' heads is. Cops on his trail, but he's quick on his feet. Kool-Aid Man is on PCP. Oh fuck yeah. On the loose, he's got a mean sweet tooth. Breaking and entering, he's mentoring the youth. Come drink the Kool-Aid, kids. He'll come to where you live, breaking and entering to give you Kool-Aid, bitch. Come drink the Kool-Aid, kids. He'll come to where you live, breaking and entering to give you Kool-Aid, bitch. Oh fuck yeah, fuck yeah. Kool-Aid Man is on PCP. Oh fuck yeah, yeah. Drink the Kool-Aid, kids, and say no to drugs.
Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, bitch slap. Come get your face clap, face clap. Come get your lips smack, smack, smack. You need a bitch slap. Oh yeah. I make money, but you spend it all. Don't make me leave to get some menthols. I won't wait to ditch you, bitch. Before I go, just one more hit. It's called a bitch slap, bitch slap. Come get your face clap, face clap. Come get your lips smack, smack, smack. You need a bitch slap. Oh yeah. Asking for dinner ain't asking for much. You had one job and still fucked it up. Sometimes you gotta learn respect. I use my pimp hand to correct. It's called a bitch slap, bitch slap. Come get your face clap, face clap. Come get your lips smack, smack, smack. You need a bitch slap. Oh yeah. It's called a bitch slap, bitch slap. Come get your face clap, face clap. Come get your lips smack, smack, smack. You need a bitch slap. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Get your motherfucking ass bitch slap, bitch. What's going on, everybody? The Weird Wednesday is here. Josh Pescator coming to you live from my office at my house. Get fucked, bitch. Bitch slap. There you go. All right. That's a new one from Hard Archive. The first one, the Kool-Aid Man one. That one was pretty tight. If y'all like that one, and you don't know about Archive, go on and subscribe to him. He just hit over 20,000 subscribers. And the man is blowing up. The man is absolutely blowing the fuck up. Let me change my OBS real quick. What's going on, everybody? I read in the chat that Gundam's actually streaming. He's streaming the same time I am. I saw he's doing Elden Ring. That's good. I'm glad that he's getting back into streaming. He needed to. What's up, Tiger King? What's cracking? Nugs, what's happening, man? Nugs Medallion. I'm a fan of Bitches in the Kitchen. Yeah, I like that one. I do too. I listen to that one in the morning sometimes when I'm going to my girl's house. Rooftop Korean, what's cracking? Angel Dusk. Nug, yes, it is It is a pescator. Yes, a pescator. He just ended his stream. Wow, that sucks. Tempest, what's happening, man? Nothing much. What's going on? Hard Archives in the chat. What's going on, bro? Wow. Painless, what's happening? His sound was messed up, though. Well, I mean, whatever. That's on him. Not worried about his stream anymore. There was a lot of work that came into doing quality content, but without me, you know, a lot of that knowledge goes away. Pessimistic Otaku, what's going on, brother? Terabit, one of the first people talking in chat today. What's cracking? Whom's Actual, thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Voodoo. Mike, what's happening? Yeah, I am so brokenhearted. Painless, why don't I have any of my own AI songs? Actually, that's a good question. I've been trying to make them myself, but like I showed y'all a couple weeks back, they were coming out kind of cringy. If Hard Archive's still in the chat, I would love to commission them to do an actual intro song, like a specific intro song for me. And, you know, we can talk about it after. We don't have to do any business live on stream, but just hit me up the same way you did before. And, you know, we could talk about it. If you're down to that. I don't know if you take commissions and stuff like that. So, but I'm totally down for it because right now this shit is hot. This shit is popping. I saw one of the YouTube drummers that has like over 1 million subscribers, do one of, I think it was the first video you put out. I don't know. I could be wrong. But yeah, I've been following it a little bit. How are y'all doing tonight? There's a couple of things that we could talk about tonight. There's a couple. You know, I know we want to get to the MrBeast stuff. I've actually got a couple of things. Some of y'all might have seen some stuff. Maybe some of y'all haven't seen some stuff. But it is crazy to me how investors from Amazon didn't see this as a red flag, didn't see all this as a red flag. And they have so much riding on this crap, really. Mike, loving life in vacation on Florida. That's cool. I love Florida. It's the reason why I moved here. Xenomorph Cryptid, stoned. I feel you, dude. I totally feel you. J Pickle, new mic? I sound different. Actually, same mic, different audio envelope. So it's totally different from when I was doing quality content. I was using the filter like this. I would be using actually it's a little bit louder, but a filter like this, just because it's what Gundam wanted. But I actually ended up doing my own audio balancing. I used to do custom car audio back in the day before I did any kind of YouTube stuff or anything like that. So I've got a pretty good ear when it comes to tuning, but my voice was always just really hard to tune, especially with how much low end that it has. I had to get that under control when you're doing like a radio compression type thing. Yeah, a fan donated. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, anonymous fan, that you sent this microphone to my home within a day and a half. Excellent service. I mean, the man practically didn't even get the money in his bank account before it went to Amazon. Here? What do you mean here? Here? Tiger King, lower. Downgrading your audio to satisfy the... I wasn't downgrading. The thing about it was, like, I didn't like it. There was some times where I wanted to turn it off, But there were other times when I was like, well, the joke kind of stands. It's like maybe I'm in the booth, like a studio booth, and I'm talking to them and I'm in the headphones. But the thing about it was, it's like the audience is who's listening. It's not the person. And I could cut in every once in a while, but a lot of people just assume that I had a shit mic. I mean, believe me, bro, I've got a nice mic. It's the one thing that I actually took time in trying to, put a little money into, making sure that it was, standard for most YouTubers. And it's nothing special. It's just the SM7B, and I got rid of all the cloud lifter, all the interfaces. I just do the Rodecaster Duo, not the big one, just the Duo, and it's perfectly fine. It has a couple of weird quirks. One of them has to do with the Stream Deck and using StreamYards. I could use my Stream Deck with this thing, and I actually would have probably quicker audio cues because I wouldn't have to flip back and forth through, like, I only have 6 pads right here, so I have to go back and forth whenever I have to find a sound, or like if I have to do DSP stuff and then flip it back, whatever. If I had my Stream Deck open right now with StreamYards open, I would have to make my entire PC open. And right now I have it gated to whatever audio I put through StreamYards is what goes out to y'all. Not if I'm searching on this side, I know what y'all are not hearing. That's one of the things that, if the people from StreamYards ever hear this, you need to find a little bit better integration for a Stream Deck and even like a Rodecaster Duo. But other than that, that's just some inside baseball kind of shit. Made in China, what is happening? Back from watching Deadpool, it was fire. No Deadpool review anymore, Pat. We can talk about it. I've seen it now myself. I saw it a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact. You're not late at all, Cheese. Not at all. We just got here, we just started 15 minutes ago. And Made in China, if you don't know, I left you a message showing you how to tag inside a YouTube video by just typing in the time stamp that you want. So if you wanted, when you type it in, you type in 1 minute and this and that seconds. All you got to do is just type in 1:, if it's 1 minute, 23 seconds, you want it to start at just 1:23. That's it. And then it'll make a clickable link in your YouTube comment. And I'll actually take that timestamp and put it in my my live stream chapters, so it'll be easier for people to figure out what we're talking about in certain times. So if you do comment on my videos, remember to leave a timestamp. It's always great for me. Oh my God, Duty in the house. What's cracking, brother? I saw you were doing a stream earlier today. I had some workers at the house that they're finishing a wall out for me. So I only caught a little bit of your stream earlier when I had to go run get some LED lights. But I'm hoping to catch a little bit more of your shit, brother. That was some good stuff. And right now, since the king is what's hot on the streets, everyone's using your clips as just baseline, because who the hell knows what is in any of Darkside Phil's long ass streams or begs or anything like that. It's good to have the detractors. I don't care what anyone says. The detractors are needed to get the comedy out of Phil, because without them, Phil would just be another jerk off on the internet that's trying to beg for money. There's 1,000 of them that I can name right now. The only reason why Phil is I would not say loved, but is as interesting as he is because the detractors show him in that light. And most of the time it just means clipping his motherfucking ass 6 minutes. Okay, great. 2 streams a week, y'all. Tune into Duty's stream, stream 2 times a week. I'll leave a clickable link to his channel in my description below. If anyone hadn't subscribed to him, but knowing everyone in this chat, they definitely have. Don't pay attention to what the woman said. He's a good dude. Yeah, we'll see. Likely story. Tiger, they're the yin to his yang. Yeah, exactly. They would just imagine if it was still 2014 Phil getting all I say all the views, wasn't really a lot of views. Let's just say he was just getting good money, making good money. His head would be so fucking big, it would explode, and people they would try to call him out on his shit, but they couldn't because he would be loud enough. He would be louder and larger than them. He'd drown them out. Luckily, the community is so vibrant and so hilarious, and it really changes every day, that he can't keep up. You know, they keep him accountable. That's the weirdest thing in the world, to have your YouTube detractor audience more or less keep you accountable, because a lot of times when he's thinking about doing fucked up shit, I bet you one of the first thing he thinks about is, are they going to find out? Is someone going to find out? And trust me, he tries. He probably tries. And most of the time he fails, but there's probably a few things that he's still gotten away with. Yeah, the Keno, Worski and them are 100% trolling Phil. I mean, you could see it. You could see it in the questions that Ashton's asking. You could see it in Worski's face, because it looks like after this last stream when they did about Dickers, he looked checked the fuck out. So, you know, it's a rough slog having to deal with Phil doing a fucking pre-stream live. So, craziness. But anyways, yeah, Cheese, I love the way the Keno guys were hyping up the tip amounts during the stream. Yeah, that was great. I mean, that was the thing, is like, you could see the confidence in himself like growing as the night went on, up until that very end where you had the gag with the fucking last chip and everything. I was like, that was a great build up for, you know, this and whatever. Everyone had a good laugh. But the thing is like, it's just like the stream with Cat. It's like, once you do it one time, it's like, how many times are people realistically going to sit through that, you know, on the 4th time, on the 5th time? You know, you think they're going to be dropping 10K on the 8th time? So it's like the, you know, it's like the groundhog coming out of its shit, out of its hole, but the groundhog only comes out of its hole like once every 14 years. So kudos to the casino. They got a good get with that. That definitely went down in YouTube. What kind of YouTube drama history? Let's just put it in the drama sector. What's up, Don Pachi? Don Pachi. Electrobuzz, what's going on? But yeah, all right, cool. Let's get to a little bit. First business. I left the Streamlabs link at the top of the chat pinned. So if you want to donate, remember, any money that goes to the show goes back into the show. We've got a couple things coming up. The avatar's still on point. The VTuber. It's nothing to show new on that. If anybody wants to see the SketchUp, I can post it, but I'm not going to show it here again. We're going to keep that. Still haven't been monetized yet. Anus really fucked me up on that. We've got a complete more month to go, even though we're way over the analytics for being monetized. So whatever. Duty's saying the end goal is to hit Locale Live. Rich second. Yeah, I mean, did you see the I know you probably saw Locale Live, the last one where Boogie was drinking the fucking highway Fanta, that nasty. Oh my God. I was like Keem. Almost, I gagged. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. There's no telling what's in that thing. And he's all concerned about, I got cancer. I need this, I need that. And he's fucking drinking roadway Fanta. Painless. What AI are you using to make music? I find that Suno makes better songs versus Udio with better sound quality, but worse voices and music. I tend to agree. I'm subscribed to Suno just because all around it's just like it's the easiest one. I have heard the other one does a little bit better sound quality, but one of the things I do whenever I here, I'll show you one that was made in Suno, but I brought over, like this one. This one I had to, like, once you downloaded it in WAV format, You have to boost it through Odyssey. Because it is a little bit, it's like the output is very low. The dB output is very low. Yes, I am going to be making emotes, but I think that I'm still barred if I'm not on the partner program. I don't know, maybe not, but I think so, because that has to be a member thing, and I definitely can't get memberships right now. Thanks, Anus. So I'll look into it. I got a few emotes that I was thinking of, and of course, feel free, anyone out there that's listening right now. This is my Twitter, and it's what I basically use mostly to communicate with everyone. You can always leave a note in chat. I'm always looking at all comments and everything like that. But if you reach out to me on DMs, either on Twitter, Instagram, it's different. It's this channel's name. It's Pescator Live. But the @Josh Pescator, I have all of my DMs are open, so you can stop by if you've got a question. There's a couple people that's asked me questions about YouTube, about doing YouTube, kind of more of the technical side, and I don't want to answer those right now, but I will be writing that person and explaining a little bit more. And it goes out to anyone else that's, they got a question about doing YouTube. Loaner emotes, yeah, exactly. Buy here, pay here emotes. That's what I need. That was a Suno song, so something like that. I don't know if y'all thought that was good or not, but that was totally AI produced. But yeah, man, I hope my voice doesn't go tonight. It's already kind of starting to do that. Anyways. All right, Mike. Cool. That's what's up. Whom's actual inviting DMs? I'll loan you artwork as long as payment. You need $100. It depends. It depends for real. Seriously. Let's check the Streamlabs. Cracking it. Look at that. Big Duty and who's actual donating. Duty with the $10. Oh my God. Thank you so much, brother. Where is it? Big ups. Keep it pushing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll definitely holler at you, brother. And then we've also got whom's actual with the $10. I've always wanted to give a dono in quality content, but I always missed it. I'm glad I can contribute to the show. Thanks for all you do. A small Twitch streamer. Dude, thank you so much. I'm actually kind of glad now you didn't donate during quality content. I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot. Y'all, I don't want to keep going back to quality content, but some of I've been in a couple of streams before with a few different YouTubers, but I've never seen the amount of super chats and donations that quality content used to get. It was a fucking amazing, y'all. I mean, there were some nights that it would be like 300. I think the most was 328 starred messages. And what that meant was like any kind of donation, whether it be a membership or an actual donation. But there were 328 individual people that donated something, some amount, anywhere from like 200 to, actually, I think the highest was 500 was our top end. It was crazy. So thank you both to Duty and Whom's Actual. I really appreciate it. Whom is actual? Actually, I'll check that out if you're on Twitch. Let me star that real quick. I'll check out your stuff. I always like checking out people. Cool, man. Totally crazy. Yeah, I can make an IOU emote. Oh, yes. Yes.
Acceptable.
We can definitely do that, dude. Yeah, PewDiePie streams are fucking wild, dude. The last one he did, 45,000. Oh, my God. I can only imagine. Because that's it. And the thing is, like, I can sit here and tell y'all, it's like, yeah, we did 300 something on starred chats or whatever. But the thing about it is like you could say, oh, I've seen somebody get that much over like a 12-hour span. It's like every quality content was just like 3 hours, maybe 5 hours if it was like a Kirshu stream or something like that. Probably do 5 hours. So, okay, 300 and something odd, 5 hours. We're talking 60 and some change, 60 starred messages. That's a super chat a minute for 5 hours. So that's still to this day, I don't understand why anyone didn't want to keep doing that, but whatever. Well, whatever. Hughes doesn't even keep the money. He donates his donation money as well in the membership money. I thought so. I thought it's been a long time since he actually kept the money. I think it was right around the time, maybe it was way before Pokey was taking in, was just accepting like, what was it, $5? Or maybe she doesn't do any super chats anymore. Maybe she donates the money. Who knows? But that was right after the whole drama between her and Gundam. So I think that precipitated her change for that. So that's one good thing that came out of that drama. Mike said, I did a super chat, and I'll never do it. Well, all right, let's get to the meat. The big meat of the situation. Where is it? Thank you. Okay. Now, if y'all haven't heard, MrBeast is in a little bit of shit. Just a tad bit. And I don't think that he is going to go, himself is going to go down for any kind of like inappropriate talks to children, except for what he has said now, which is what came out in the Discord. If it doesn't go any further than that, then all he's got to worry about is just the business look of this shit. Because it seems like the Amazon people didn't do their due diligence, or that they had just accepted Ava Tyson as she was and didn't think that she would be a liability. And yes, Captain, yes, too big to fail. Exactly. And numbers don't lie. And this is definitely how you do not handle a disaster. So, what would you do if you had to handle a disaster? What would anyone else do? You would probably get a professional. Correct? This is what I might do. At this point, I might get a professional. But I don't think that I would hire the same company that might have represented Harvey Weinstein. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's a good look or not. But that might be the case. Now, mind you, that might be the case. Because this has been reported on by one of the people that's been talking about MrBeast probably from the beginning. There we go. Let me just put that right there. Rosanna Panasino. I know I probably butchered that. MrBeast has hired the same lawyer as Weinstein, has possibly hired the same lawyer as Weinstein. And this is coming from Sports Illustrated. But really they're kind of quoting Rosanna as their quote. YouTuber and entertainer Rosanna Panasino has been following the MrBeast mask from the start. In fact, she has been one of the first people to accuse him of faking challenge videos, pointing out on an H3H2 podcast that she had won a game, but the video showed MrBeast friends, including Logan Paul, getting the prize money for first place. She later reported on MrBeast's Netflix show, claiming that she got letters from participants who claimed they weren't being treated fairly, and the show was rigged and unfair. Now, this is her tweet about it. This is the actual name of the crisis management team, which is basically lawyers or lobbyists, if anyone has never used that side of the legal system. Pretty much the most scummiest people on earth. These are the kind of people that you pay and they, you buy their loyalty, but you also buy their network of influence. So someone like Weinstein, he would have just drummed up all this, powerful friends and kind of brushed it over and maybe gave it a light gloss over and then kind of been like hand waved it away and then, oh, Beast Games, you know. This is a very, very, this is like a last resort kind of PR crisis team. Could you imagine if they live stream a lawsuit trial? That'd be cool. I hope they lawsuit Rakita. If we could only have one live stream court proceeding, I would rather do Nick. I would rather see Nick's trial because that's criminal and there's more on the line. If it was just a civil, it's like, yeah. But I want to see a trial with a YouTuber that's got some skin in the game. Especially, I mean, could you imagine how ironic it is that a YouTuber that is known for like critiquing court proceedings is fighting so hard to have his court proceeding just like, you know, under lock and key, everything. The lawyer comment on the trial. Let's swear in the Baldo. Nugs, according to legal, all the contracts Beast had with the contestants signed probably gives him a pass to manipulate the competition. Yeah, I mean, this is, you know, it's not a straight up, it's not the Olympics. You know, there's not a governing body of this. It's entertainment. So no matter if they edit it a certain way or they arrange the game show a certain way. Now, I think there is laws of saying, like, you can't. It was back in the 30s. They had a scandal about the show Quiz Show, and if y'all give me a second, I know I could find if there is a law for rigging a quiz show. And if anyone can, let's see, 1950s quiz show scandals. This was it. And right was revealed to have rigged 21. In 1960, Congress amended the Communications Act to prohibit the fixing of quiz shows. But I mean, I guess that would only. Yes, from Nugs. Yes, but those are FEC regulations that don't apply to YouTube videos. Apparently they don't. That's 100% correct. Yeah. Maybe they might need to look into something like that. But I'm always in the camp of less regulation when it comes to something like that. But this seems more like a speaking towards fraud. But then again, you know, it's entertainment and he paid for it. So yeah, I agree with Duty. Game shows can't be fixed. That it was a Jewish guy. He got booted from the guy that blew it up. Yeah, I remember the show. I remember the movie. It was a really good movie, as a matter of fact. But yeah, there's nothing. Even if he was, you know, even if he was just like what Rosanna said, it's like I won the show, but they put Logan Paul as the real winner. It's like it doesn't matter. He owns the entire get down one end to the other. The difference of the quiz show thing was it was going over. You know, network airwaves, and they're bound by the FCC rules. YouTube, not the same. User-generated content, not the same. But, you know, if it's going on Amazon, and this is something that I really think Amazon is probably having a hard time dealing with, it's like they spent $100 million to get Beast Games, okay? And it really doesn't matter if Ava is, you know, a distraction for the show and there's controversy over here, over there. It'll probably feed into the game show, into the show itself more than anything. Correct? Everyone here will probably tune into it. If you don't have Amazon Prime, you probably will get it to see it. Just to see if it's a shit show. It probably not, because exactly everyone knows what you get with a MrBeast video. You know. It's basically like Coke. The fucking videos are exactly the same every single time. Never changes. Old formula. Beast and YouTube are bros, but that's the thing, is like, if he's with Amazon now, how much longer until they just take all this content and maybe the YouTube channel is just used as a promotional vehicle, but the real videos, you have to go on the platform. But what I was really trying to get at with the branding issue is that, yes, right now everyone might go see the show, but if the show itself ends up having a bad name, a bad rep, and what if it's not entertaining in the least? Then it's just a poisoned property. This isn't like buying a established IP like a comic book series or a published book where you know exactly how the story is going to begin and end, and you can kind of plot it out a little bit better than a game show that now its branding is up in question. And not only the show's branding up in question and how they're treating the contestants, but just MrBeast's company, his corporate practices in general. And exactly, dude. Just use exactly what Joe does for Spotify. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, he would never not use a 300 million subscribed YouTube channel. It doesn't matter if he's 100 years old or he passes it on to his children. His children can just sit there and sell ad time for probably a few generations down the line and make millions of dollars, because that channel, that specific social media channel, has a connection to, we say 300 million. It's not 300 million, but there are 300 million notifications going out every time a video goes out. And that in and of itself is worth millions of dollars. So yeah, Copes, I feel he just wants to memory hold this entire thing. I would too. He bills himself out at $100,000 an hour. That's why he sits inside his office pretty much all day and night. Because if he takes a few hours off to go hang out with his friends, hang out with his girl, that's $100,000. Every time he is sleeping, that's $100,000 he is not making. That's fucking ridiculous. We'll talk about here in a minute, Schizo. He's coming back, but I don't know why. He just needs to go. Just needs to go. But yeah, let me bring this thing down. But yeah, 100% Copes, I feel he wants to memory hold this. I would want to memory hold this too. But the thing is he needed to rein this Ava situation in a long time ago. And I'm about to show you the Beast corporate handbook here in a minute, because that woman, Rosanna, she just did a video yesterday, and I'm trying to make sure that I don't want to do older information. This video has been out for about 20 hours. So I'm sure that some people probably have seen it. I was a little bit late to it, but what the fuck ever.
Some of his employees, and his, in my opinion, terrible business practices, some of which I've seen honestly may be illegal. There are a lot of really good videos about this topic that have been coming out in the last few days on YouTube, so I highly encourage everyone to go and watch some of them. Also, I have some more updates and stories from the Beast games, which I will continue to talk about. They are filming the beginning of part 2 of that series in just a few days, and I am still very concerned about the contestants' well-being. So if you're competing in the Beast games, please be aware of what's going on around you. The rumors I'm hearing is that they're still essentially hiring almost all new people to work on the set of Beast games, which, if you ask me, is not enough time to adequately prepare everything safely for.
I don't want to speak on this lady, kind of how I want to speak on it, because I don't know what her age is and her participation in Beast and all that stuff. They have people that range from ages from like 1 to 100. she has a lot of subscribers, and she's been doing this for like 13 years or so. So she's a righteous creator. So she 100% has been doing this from the beginning. So I got to give her props for that.
For the next phase. Which brings me to why I'm making this particular video. A very concerning document was sent to me who says that this is an internal employee manual written by MrBeast Jimmy himself. I confirmed the legitimacy of this document with 2 former MrBeast employees. I think that this gives you a little insight to the type of person Jimmy really is. He lays out what he expects from his employees in great detail. To me, the mask has begun to slip, and it truly is a small look into the mind of the beast. One last thing that I'd like to point out is that this is a document that Jimmy expected people to read. If I had to guess, I'd say he's even having to filter himself in this document. Yeesh. I'm gonna be posting the full text on my Twitter, and I highly recommend you download it and take a look for yourself. It's long, it's 36 pages. We'd be here for 10 hours if I tried to read the entire thing because I'm a slow reader, so I'll just be reading some of the more concerning parts.
Okay. I have the entire thing downloaded, as a matter of fact. Yeah, she does kind of look like Penny Dreadful. That is, hey, yeah. Now, that was a show. Do y'all remember Penny Dreadful? That was a good show. I think didn't they cancel that after like 2 years? Mike's up here saying y'all are picky. Y'all too picky? Are y'all being picky now? Why are y'all being picky, chat? Don't be like that in my chat. Tempest says they'd hit it. AI or not. 3rd season. So anyways, I'm going to let her read a couple of these out. Some of the first ones, really, that's it. But I might go a little bit deeper into the manuscript because it's a little weird. And Dogpack 404, the guy that did the larger video, the one that's got like 11 million views, and another one that's got 13 million, he commented on this video too, and we're going to see the comment at the very bottom.
Okay. The title of this document is How to Succeed in MrBeast Production. I'm going to start on page 4, a section he titles, I Only Want A Players. As I type this, I realize it may not be the wisest to categorize everyone into 3 buckets, but this is how I believe we should look at everyone a part of the production team. So basically, he already knows what he's about to say is inappropriate, but he can't help himself from doing it and saying it. You're either an A player, B player, or C player. There is only room at this company for A players. A players are obsessive, learn from mistakes, coachable, intelligent, don't make excuses, believe in YouTube, see the value of this company, and are the best in the goddamn world at their job.
Okay, a couple things real quick. I get wanting to empower your team and want them to know that you're looking only for the best of the best. One of the things that I would change in this document, the believe in YouTube part, yeah, no. At any time they could delete MrBeast channel for no reason whatsoever. Now they wouldn't because they'd have lawyers up the ass, but YouTube holds the keys to this, and I don't believe in any power that's not democratically elected, and even then we're having a lot of issues. But I 100% don't trust in YouTube to look out for my best interest. Even if I have like a company that I've built on YouTube and I have contacts with YouTube, there have been people that have worked this thing for many, many years only to just get fucked on something either ridiculous or a problem that they can't come back from or they can't be redeemed from. But I would never believe in YouTube. What the fuck? Believe in YouTube? Believe in yourself. The part, learn from mistakes, coachable, intelligent, don't make excuses. Cool. Believe in YouTube? No. See the value of this company? You need to see more of the value, bringing value to this company and being the best in the goddamn. I wouldn't do that. That's like, I would change a bunch of stuff here.
Players are new people that need to be trained into A players, and C players are just average employees. They don't suck, but they aren't exceptional at what they do. Okay. As he's saying, they don't suck, but they aren't exceptional, he misspells aren't. The hypocrisy. Let's move on. They just exist, do whatever, and get a paycheck. They aren't obsessive, aren't spelled wrong again. C players are poisonous and should be transitioned to a different company immediately, all caps.
Okay, that sounds like a lawsuit. You can't just fire people because you think they're C players, some just random. I mean, all these people, mind you, every one of these people is an independent contractor. Except for like the people that he hires to keep on salary staff, probably the inner circle. I guarantee you, any of these people, the writers, all those people, I don't know if they get health care. The ones that get health care are probably on salary staff, but most of the people that I've seen, they're just contractors. It's like everyone else that works on YouTube. Yeah, you should have got a lawyer to write it. Or do you get somebody to proofread it at least? Yeah, Drainer, I expect you to work for free. Yeah, that weird things that people want, like when they want free work, and this happens so much in the YouTube space, and it makes me so angry. People don't pay for services rendered. And what I mean by that is like, and I know it might sound weird coming from me, but like art and stuff like that. And trust me, I would have paid that chick if she would have just given me an invoice and all that. So I want to step past that. But there are people that will do something like, DSP is a good example. Editors. See how much money he made the other night? He can't even kick his editors like $10 a video they edit per person. Just a set rate like that. You know, $5 a thumbnail, something like that. Only the cheapest, stingiest creators will nickel and dime for that kind of stuff. Yeah, exactly, Nugs. Exactly. Omega in the house was cracking, dude. Depends on the state. Every state has their own employment laws. True. And check with your state. But overall, get paid for your work. Don't ever get snowballed by a creator that just because they have like a larger number of subscribers that you are beholden to them to give them free work. If they're going to shit on you about you asking for pay for hours of work, then you don't need to be doing it in the first place. Because doing work for clout is extremely overrated. I've only seen a few times my entire career of working on YouTube, and that's like 7 or 8 years, that having a link on a certain video will blow up a subscriber base or make someone instantly famous just because they were tagged in a video. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are looking for that, though. One of the only YouTubers that doesn't pay as editor. Phil is one of the YouTubers that don't pay as editors. I know a few others that don't pay their people. Tommy C doesn't pay his news team. I could out a couple more, but that'd be shitty. Everyone knows I got a problem with Tommy C and him not paying out his people. Or when I knew him back years ago, he wasn't paying out his people because he asked me to be on his news team. And when I asked if there was pay in it or if there was equity off the channel, he looked at me like I was fucking from Mars. And those are the people that you got to stay away with in this game. Because those are the people that want to get over on you. This ain't 2011 where people didn't know how much YouTube paid. And someone like Phil could get over on people like John and Rambo, them two dudes. Like they had absolutely no idea how much money he was coming up with. And for years, people would keep their money totally underneath wraps, how much they were making on YouTube. Because it was a lot. It was a lot, dog. Before 2017, there were people you didn't know, you wouldn't expect to be as rich as they were. Leafy, there you go. 8-figure millionaire. Did it all off fucking videos. And then parlayed it from BTC, but he had that shit on lock for fucking years. Drama alert. Millions of dollars before the demonetization system came about. It was crazy. There was a lot of people that were crying when the demonetization thing. I mean, y'all remember what Phil was looking like when that happened? Tommy's so broke he can't pay attention. It's a good thing he's got a wife that's got a square job. That's all I'm saying. Tara, but I would run this into making music, artists with nickel and dime. Exactly. There's other people that I could say nickel and dime that I've worked with here recently that didn't really look at didn't see the big picture. They're only concentrating on what little money they're giving away right now, you know. But some people are like that. You know, you might have the best idea, the best execution. You might have the best team, but it just don't hit for some reason. Sometimes these things take a little bit of magic.
Apps. It's okay. We give everyone severance, so they'll be fine. I don't even know where to begin with this because he essentially is putting everyone.
Yeah, I'm sorry, wait. Cope side Phil, yeah, 4K, not a dime. Ain't gonna get a dishwasher for his wife. The bathroom's not gonna get fixed. None of that. He'll say to himself and to his wife, well, I gotta pay for the PC I just paid for, honey. Can't get you a dishwasher now, honey. Sooner or later, she'll snap. She'll fucking snap.
Into a system, and he definitely plays favorites at his company. Anyone.
Yeah, Captain. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Saying, I remember seeing YouTubers acting like they're poor and then years later finding out they were raking it in. Exactly. Because who's going to sit there and watch? I mean, there are some people that watch millionaires flaunt their riches, but most people that were making big ass money back then were just doing a specific thing that got millions of views over and over and over again. No matter that, you know, when gaming started to kick off, like there were kids that were 16, 17, buying McLarens off the fucking lot for cash. And their parents didn't even, like the kid that, McCracken, the kid that went crazy and drove his McLaren MP4C backwards on a highway and killed a woman. What was his name? McCracken? Shit. I'll look it up in a second. But I remember seeing the body cam when the cops came, when the kid had snapped, like his mind had just snapped, and his parents called the police to the house. House police come up and they say, so what kind of car is he in? Dad's like, something with an M? A McLaren? Yeah, that's it. McLaren. Cop stops for a second. You can tell he's like, huh? He's like, what? A 17-year-old kid has a McLaren? And the dad looked like he shrugged, like he didn't know that this kid just spent $250,000 on a McLaren. This is ridiculous. Yes, everything right before the apocalypse, it was so sweet. The thing is that I came along right after the apocalypse because I actually found value in learning this new system and, you know, getting hired on at Drama Alert. And then basically after that, YouTube drama as a niche, as a reporting, internet culture, as a reporting segment for media was taking off. But you had to play in this playground of this new demonetization system, you know. So everyone was like, no one knew how it worked. So no one was, you know, an older hat at it. Everyone was learning at the same time everyone else was. So if you found something else, you found information out that was helpful, boom, put it on Drama Alert, instantly gets millions of views because everyone's looking for a way to beat this system. McSkillet. Thank you, Rooftop Korean. McSkillet. Yes. If you've never seen the McSkillet body cam, you need to watch it. It is fucking whacked out.
He considers an A person. Those are his close friends who behave exactly the way he wants to behave. And then everyone else is treated less than. And if you're just a hardworking, everyday person who goes to your job on time, does your job, stays the full hours, gives it your all, and then goes home and has a normal life, like a work balance life that's healthy, that is considered a C player. That is considered unacceptable in his eyes. That is considered poisonous in his eyes. Anyone who has a healthy work-life balance relationship is poisonous. All right, moving on. On to page 17, own your mistakes.
It's funny because these people want to talk down to people when they've achieved a great thing by having the most subscribers on YouTube, by funneling so much money into it that views and stuff come out of it, and creating this cycle of enormous amounts of spending with production value that is, not near movie quality, because it's not movie quality. It's reality television quality. Let's put it that way. You've created this entire machine. But one of the problems that Beast has always had has been his ego, because he's always just been like, I created this, I did this, I did this, I did it. And he did it most, up to a certain point. But most people aren't like him. Most people enjoy, going to a home and, having a downtime and a family and stuff like that. I don't see Jimmy, raising a kid, taking a kid to school, PTA meetings, going on vacations, shit like that, and not thinking about YouTube, how to exploit YouTube for every fucking dime that it possibly could get. So owning mistakes, he'll own mistakes up, when the lawyer sends out the tweet and he puts it on his feed, well, he's owning it then.
This coming from Jimmy, someone who has never owned his mistakes, never taken accountability, and never apologized for any of his poor behavior.
Hold on. Show y'all the first MrBeast video. Anybody know his first video? Before I hit it, does anyone know his first video? Just so I could see if anyone's that badass in the channel. Yeah, is he going to own hiring Delaware? That is a good one that they should talk about. They need to own the fuck of that. Terabit says Minecraft. That's a good guess. The one he used to count to 1 million. That's also a good guess. Count to 1 million, maybe. Giving away shit to the homeless. Counting to 1 million. Reading the dictionary. All right, let's see. The oldest. Minecraft. With 26 million views. Now, the first non-Minecraft video, let's see what that was. There's quite a few. Pokemon. What's the first MrBeast, how we know him today, MrBeast video? These 11 years ago. These are all Black Ops 2 gameplay videos. Pre-demonetization. This would have been 2013. Yeah, this would have been 2013.
You're probably wondering.
Yep.
Holy
August
crap.
2013. But I want to see, when was his first production style video? First one where he got on camera. If this video gets to 1 million views, 50K views. Wow, it looks like that he doesn't get on with the MrBeast stuff way on until, you know, he's 1,500 subs right here 10 years ago. That's crazy. Yeah, it's always Minecraft. Minecraft and Call of Duty. That's how most of these people started. Oh, look, he had the rainbow thumbnail error. We all remember that. He's starting a little bit more. Starting to experiment a little bit more with these thumbnails. It's 9 years ago. You know, you can see the progression. I'm not going to say that this dude hasn't been trying this for a very long time, but I'm always skeptical of these people that started like 10 years ago and they just were spamming videos looking for anything that would hit. And then once something hits, you know, they'll take off for it. Like 5,000 subscribers 9 years ago. We're not going to get until, I think it's 2017 when he started doing those counting 2 videos. But I mean, that for people that are wondering how many videos it takes to actually pop off, I can assure you all these videos before the counting videos, they didn't have these kind of numbers on them. Not at all. Maybe a few of them. But
Hey guys,
he ate, sleep, drank shit in a bag, YouTube, since 2013, 2012. So it is what it is. I don't know if I would give up most of my life like some of these people, like how DSP does it, or how Beast would do it. Even Keem. Like, Keem gives a lot to his life. Even, like, retired now and coming back to do Drama Alert. Yeah, right, Western Civilization. Sure. Hey, next guest, we've got the guy that fucked me over after I've made him lots of money. B. Jeremy, just looking at these thumbnails is like a trip down memory lane. I know, isn't it? Use the Wayback Machine on his channel to check views. Oh, Wayback. I don't want to go that deep with it, but we all know that it wasn't until, you know, he actually started popping off before those come. What a hard worker to a Minecraft video. And that's the thing. It's like before you knock off on something, all he's doing is sitting at his house with a little mic and going, you know, doing exactly what I'm doing right now with worse equipment. So people ask me sometimes, they say, is it even worth it trying to do a YouTube channel in 2024? And I say, hell yes. So you don't know if what you have to offer is what the audience is going to love. You don't know. You don't know until you try. Now, you can get a good idea. You're not just going to get on there and, you know, twiddle plates, snap your fingers and pop your ass and expect, you know, views. You have to have at least some talent, or in the absence of talent, preparation. Let's continue.
Wrong. I hate excuses and despise with my entire soul when people just try to save face instead of learn from how they've messed up. Mistakes are okay. Genuinely, they are, and I expect you to make a lot.
What's
That's
up,
perfectly
Saren?
fine.
We're just chilling, talking about Beast, looking at the absurd things that's been going on this past week. Oh, yeah, if you're having fun. Rooftop Korean, I'm playing around with the PNG V2. Oh, that's cool. Is it the Vtuber Studio? That's what I'm going to be using for mine. And I was thinking about doing a PNG in the beginning, but the thing was, is like I would have to spend almost the same amount of time waiting on the PNG and the enough to make an emote portfolio kind of like how Gundam has it. When you see his PNG do all the emotes and stuff like that, like to do something like that would take the same amount of time as to design and rig a complete VTuber. So even though it was more, I was just like, well, let's just do the VTuber, you know, because it's the same time, and the time is really what was the issue for me. Because right now, I don't have anything to show y'all except like this little screenshot that I stole, you know, from somewhere. I want to be able to do emotes. You know, the audience will connect with someone more if they can see of the VTuber. You know, it's best if you're on camera. That's number one. If you can be on camera and you're comfortable being on camera, that's the best way to do YouTube. But some people don't like being on camera. Me personally, I don't like being on camera all the time, really because the lights and I sweat. So it bugs the fuck out of me. I know I'm going to have to do a pretty bright light to do the VTuber, but I won't have to do a fucking lighting array like you have if you're filming yourself. So that's why I said, people, if you want to start with YouTube, always just start voice speaking. Find the subject, talk about the subject. This person that was talking about doing the YouTube videos a certain way about taking current events and relating them to older events. That's perfect. That's a great idea. Milkman Leroy saying, just make your VTuber from my skeleton design I gave you a few weeks ago. Low maintenance. You're not getting me again, anus.
No, unacceptable.
The anonymity is nice. The way you don't get any partitional weirdos harassing you in weird life. Yes. So, that wouldn't mean a difference to me because I've already doxed myself by using my real name. The VTuber part is just for me. But I get what you're saying. Let's continue.
Every veteran here has cost me $1 million at one point or another, and you can go ask them yourselves if I've ever held it over their heads. I'm sure you never hold it over their heads. I'm sure you never bring it up again. You don't mention it again. You don't write it in an employee handbook. And now that Jimmy's brought it up,
I am Milkman. Thank you so much.
I just want to ask the out there who have worked for Jimmy where you feel like he has held things over your head. Let me know. My DMs are open. The reason I'm okay with fuck-ups is because I know that's how you learn. I see it as me investing in you and your brain. Parentheses, hence why I have zero tolerance for C players and they must go immediately. Those fuck-ups could be done by an A player that will retain the information learned. Again, to my point, he plays favorites. If you're one of his favorites, you can fuck up as much as you want and there's no repercussions. But if you're not one of his favorites, if you're not on his good side, you fuck up and you're gone. I just beg you that you learn from every mistake and try not to repeat it. That's when it gets annoying.
Speaks like this. I mean, I thought that this was like a professional type get down. Beast Productions, you know. This seems like he wrote it himself and no one decided to proofread it because they're like, yeah, Jimmy, yeah, it sounds great. Yeah, no punctuation. Yeah, cool.
The hypocrisy. Jimmy, you don't even learn from your mistakes. I've never, ever, ever once fired someone on the spot for messing up. You have nothing to be afraid of. Own it so we can address how to fix it and then move on.
What is this like you have nothing to... I've never fired anyone from the spot. This is... it's just like North Korea. It's like, you have nothing to be afraid of. I've never killed anyone on the spot for messing up. He has, though. My right-hand man has killed people on the spot for messing up. Me, you do not have anything to be afraid of. I will not raise my hand to you at all.
And then move on. I like that he's boosting about how much self-control he has, that he's never, ever, ever fired someone on the spot for making a mistake. What a great guy. And I have confirmation that instead, he has his mom fire them the next day.
Oh, look at that. I'm a winner.
Acceptable.
I knew it. I knew it. He is not the kind to fire people face to face. There's certain people that work in this game that will not fire people face to face and will not explain to them what they want specifically. They'll beat around the bush. A lot of the time, that was what I had to do with Gundam. Whenever there would have to be someone to play the bad guy, he would always put me in that situation, which I'm fine with because it's a business. If you're not going to get with it, then you're just going to be out of it. You get down or you lay down.
Wonderful self-control. Page 18. Nothing comes before your priorities. When you're being assigned tasks, you should have what I call a prio list. If Ali says your prios are to 1. Get a Lamborghini under 200K. 2. Get it wrapped in anime characters. 3. Make a custom steering wheel. Then nothing on this freaking planet is allowed to come between you and getting those priorities done. If the other team asks for your help and you spend 2 days helping them and fall behind on getting your Lamborghini secured, that's your fault. If the studio is burning down and you stop working to put out the fire and don't get the Lamborghini, that's your fault. Parentheses, jokes, ha ha ha. But seriously, don't let anything come before your prios.
What the fuck is this, man? I hope this is real. I seriously hope this is fucking real. Because this is great. Oh, this is fucking wonderful. He's talking about, he was trying to flex all the fuck on everybody. Look, if your job is to go find me a $200,000 Lamborghini and wrap it in waifu characters and make a custom steering wheel with dildos sticking out of it so I can ram them up my ass and drive by just twisting my hips back and forth, then that's your job. And if you don't get the Lamborghini with dildos, then it's your fault. So go out there and get my dildo Lamborghini.
I'm just going to read that again for anyone.
Prios? No, we're talking about Lamborghinis here, not Prioses.
Who is missing this. If the studio is burning down and you stop working to put out the fire and you don't get the Lamborghini, that's your fault. That's wrong. This is psychotic. This is dangerous. He's literally saying that the company culture is if the studio with employees is burning down, you should not go help and save their lives. You should go wrap that car with anime characters. That is the #1 priority. This way of thinking is psychotic. This is dangerous. It is absolutely unacceptable, which rolls us right into page 19. No does not mean no.
Whoa, nice. Nice. That's a good headline. Want me to use this as a tweet? I mean, as a thumbnail for your shit,
Page
Jimmy?
19. No does not mean no.
There we go. There's your MrBeast. Oh my God. 1 sexual assault versus 1 million sexual assaults. Ooh, soy face. Definitely.
No, unacceptable.
No does not mean no.
No, permission not granted.
For the people out there who are saying he's not edgy anymore, he's learned, this document is pretty new
That is a
and
Hard Archive
references some
song,
of
by
his
the way.
newer videos. He has not learned. This is who he is. So the title No Does Not Mean No is a very obvious reference to essay. Instead of communicating in a professional manner, saying be persistent when you're producing or working, no does not mean no is the company culture of MrBeast. When dealing with people outside MrBeast Productions, never take no at face value. If we need a store to buy everything inside and you call the local Dollar Tree and the person that answers says, no, you can't film here, that literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to
What? That doesn't mean shit? Who the fuck are you, dude? Who the fuck are you? Seriously, I don't care how many numbers you got on this app. Who are you? Can you imagine the ego of someone coming into just a random, maybe they're out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and they go to a Dollar Tree, which are always in the middle of random bumfuck nowheres. They go in and they say, look, I need 2,500 chocolate bunnies. Well, sir, we only got like maybe 20. Well, I'm not taking no for an answer. What do you got in the back? Well, I mean, this is a Dollar Tree, sir. I work with MrBeast. Can I talk with your manager? Maybe your manager's kid knows who I work for. MrBeast. Here, let me show you on your phone. You got a phone? You work at the Dollar Tree. You sure you got a phone? You got an Android? Well, here, let me just put it up my iPhone. See? MrBeast. 300 million. We could make you a star. We could put you in one of our videos bagging up 2,000 chocolate bunnies.
To other employees and see if any are fans or if any have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social team, etc. If all the other avenues are exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules.
That's right. MrBeast gets what he wants. You better bend the rules for Beast. You don't get it? You don't get it? I work for MrBeast. MrBeast wants his 2,000 chocolate bunnies. And if you're not going to come up with 2,000 chocolate bunnies right now, then MrBeast is going to make it a little uncomfortable for you to do business here from now on. Maybe we put out a tweet saying that this Dollar Tree right here traffics children. Maybe I'll just burn it down. Where are the chocolate bunnies? Where are the bunnies? Go get your manager. Where are the bunnies?
This is literally so disgusting, because this is putting everyday working people's jobs at stake. If it's a company policy not to film there and you're pressuring them to do so, they could get in trouble. They could lose their jobs. That's their income. That's their livelihood. And for what? A YouTube video? You are not.
Oh, we can talk about MrBeast. That's another locale that I've been looking into that's chef's kiss. I mean, come on. I mean, this guy is like a Jewish ex-pimp that tried to bring ecstasy into America that ends up getting caught with cocaine and a bunch of other stuff. And we could talk about here in a little bit. In fact, I think Kiwi and Smokey are doing a live stream on him tonight. I don't know when, but pretty soon. Yeah, brand new locale, rooftop.
Not more important than any other person in this world. Basically, what I'm trying to convey is what
we need the bunnies, see? Nah, see? If you're not going to get us our bunnies, then that's just bad luck for you, my friend.
we call pushing through no. Don't just stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted. This is one of the many tools that, when combined dramatically, improve your probability of success when producing here. This is more the Jimmy I know, someone who uses their money, power, and fame to bully other people into positions that they don't feel comfortable with, that they could get in trouble for, they could lose their jobs, and lose their ability to make income for their family. Next section, work on multiple videos every day. Please do not come in and only work on one video during a work day. That's how you fall behind on future videos and create a nasty cycle that I'm trying to stop. If you drop everything and go all in on one video for 3 days, then that's 3 days your other videos will fall behind, and eventually you'll have to drop other videos to focus on those videos, and it will snowball into you can't do anything but focus on what's right in front of you because you've murdered any lead time you had. If you ever only work on one video during the day, you failed as a MrBeast employee that day. Wow, what a fun boss. Jimmy, this just sounds like people are overworked and you're hiring people.
This sounds like he is trying to get cult members to work for him and indoctrinate them. And there has been a few people that I've seen like give out these videos saying, "Oh, MrBeast stole my ideas and stole this." And that. But before that, they were desperately trying to work for MrBeast. I mean, you could see in their social media how much they were trying to work for him. Now that one dude, Jake Weedle, I'll give it to him. He's a working dude, so he was doing this before he got mixed up in the MrBeast stuff. But that was kind of a sad story. Him. I don't know if I still want to keep going on with the MrBeast stuff. We could talk about the king of pimps, MrBeast. I've got a video that no one's really seen that describes him to a T. But it's up to y'all. If y'all want to continue on with MrBeast, you know, there's more in this document, but I don't know if y'all find this lady entertaining enough. She's kind of putting me asleep. So it's up to y'all. 1, to change it up. 2, if you want to keep it with Little House on the Prairie. 1, to change it up. 2, if we're keeping it with Little House on the Prairie. We've got a couple. Let's see. Super Secret still interested. 222. All right, we'll keep going on.
People who are drowning in work. I think there are some circumstances where you should be just focusing on one thing a day, like safety, having a safety director where that's all they do. That's their job. That's how professional sets are ran.
All
right, so here's a section with a bunch of random Jimmy thoughts. It's called Random Things You Should Know. Page 23. Let's read a few of them. Did not leave contestants waiting in the sun, parentheses, ideally waiting in general, for more than 3 hours. Squid Games, it cost us $500,000, and Boys vs. Girls, it got a lot of people out. Ask James to know more. Well, have I got...
What the fuck are you talking about? Why would you even quote what an old video costs? It's more flexing. This just sounds like more flexing for like a new hire.
Got stories about people you kept out in the sun for days. We'll come back to that later. Also, when he says, ask James to know more, he's referring to an employee called James Warren. You'll probably be hearing this name a lot more in the future, and I'll be covering stories involving him as well. Here's another thought. I'd rather you be honest with each other than nice to each other. I also believe in honesty. I'm a big fan of it, but did you know you can be honest and respectful at the same time? You don't have to be honest and mean to someone. You can do both. Again, the hypocrisy. Jimmy cannot take honesty. He can't take honest criticism. He can't take honest feedback. And if you are honest with him while working at his company, you will most likely be fired. This next random thing you should know is why I have said that Jimmy plays favorites and he truly cultivates a boys club, his favorite boys. Do you know?
Well, not all of them are boys. There was one girl in there. So I guess it's a co-ed situation.
Not talk down to talent or do anything to make them feel like I need them to be happy and in good moods, and those boys are special to me. Ideally, most talks with talent, parentheses, Chris, Carl, Chandler, and Nolan, go through me, or Ollie, or Tyler to avoid confusion amongst them.
How dare you dead name Ava, you bitch. You need to come correct.
Another thought. We pivot a lot. Be ready to have everything flipped on its head at a moment's notice. Lol. As someone who's worked on
fucking, there was a lull in a man, I can't even. Why don't you just have fucking sermon dates too, Jimmy? You preach the good word of the beast. It's the coming of the beast. I mean, fucking for real. This kid is like so high off his own farts. It is unfucking real.
Many professional sets, to some degree, this can be true, especially on location.
We
You
need
can run
A- players, but the A- players don't talk to the A+ players. That's the thing. And B plus players, if I see you even looking at the A plus or A minus players, then your ass is going to the fucking D plus in a heartbeat. You get me? So get out there and find me 42,000 pounds of Orbeez, you peasant piece of shit.
Into factors that you didn't plan for correctly and you weren't prepared for. The ability to adapt and make changes on set is important as little problems arise. But however, when it comes to people's safety, like on the Beast games, you can't just make changes last minute on the fly at a production scale that large with that many people and have it be okay. And I've been talking to members of the crew who said that
Ain't
they
that
were
the
making
truth, Tiger
changes
King?
minutes before some
But I'm fine with that. Totally fine.
of these dangerous challenges, and they were scared people were going to get hurt, and they did. Oh, here's a great one. I want money spent to be shown on camera, ideally. If you're spending over $10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously think about it. And
That's not even a real sentence. That's not even a real sentence. I want money spent to be shown on camera, ideally, period. If you are spending over $10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously, think about it. Think about what? And it won't be shown on camera. If you're spending over $10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously, think about it. What? I want money spent to be shown on camera, ideally. No comma. If you are spending money, if you are spending over $10,000 on something and it won't be shown on camera, seriously, no comma, think about it. Yeah, Riley, it does sound like he had a stroke. Nugs. It's an incomplete as fuck sentence for sure, but obviously means think about flying the fact that working for MrBeast is allowed you to buy this bullshit. Yeah, true. But I mean, if this is going out to producers that is going to rep the MrBeast name and they've got they have budget powers, like they can go out and use a credit card and do whatever. Like this needs to be a little bit more lawyerese. This seems like something like a 14-year-old made when they were trying to figure out their new lemonade business. And they made it back when it was still a lemonade stand. And now that it's like, Lemonade Co., then changed it.
seriously think about it. And this is why so many people say that he only does charity for camera, because if he can't film it, he doesn't want to do it. Pull all-nighters weeks before the shoot, so you don't have to days before the shoot. If you planned with adequate time, preparation, and staff, your staff wouldn't have to be doing all-nighters. Also, the way he's worded it is that there's gonna be all-nighters no matter what. So it's either days before the shoot or weeks before. So he's encouraging people, don't sleep weeks before the shoot. And remember, you have to be working on multiple videos at the same time. It pretty much sounds to me like you guys are always pulling all-nighters and you're heavily overworked. Here's the last Jimmy thought I'm gonna read. Never do anything that can make us look bad from a PR.
Oh, I guess Ava didn't get this. She didn't get this memo, or she didn't have this revision that she could look at. Too bad, Ava. Too bad.
Perspective. Jimmy only cares about his image, and Jimmy can also not follow his own advice. If you download the document and read through it, they mention multiple
Reminds
times
me of
how
Sniper Wolf's
important
aunt.
their PR image is. But not once in the entire document do they ever reference doing the right thing. Page 28. The longer people watch, the better a video will do. This is why I'm such a stickler about every single second of content. I wanted to pause and point this out because I see a lot of people, Jimmy fans, leaving comments saying, well, Jimmy didn't do that, his editors did this. And I want it to be very clear that Jimmy approves every single second of footage that goes onto his YouTube channel. He is obsessive, he is extremely involved, and nothing goes onto his channel without his approval. I've confirmed this with people who work on Jimmy's videos, and he has literally confirmed this in a document. On page 31, I wanted to point this out because Jimmy is very aware of his demographic and who his audience is. It's very strategic, it's pointed. He says, but despite saying that, at its core, if I had to describe it, I'd say the average MrBeast viewer is a teenage memer that likes video games. I'd like you to keep this in mind as more news comes out and unfolds. He is very aware that his audience is youth. Page 34, it's okay for the boys to be childish. It's okay for boys to be boys.
What about girls being girls, Jimmy? Or what about boys being girls? It's okay. It's okay. It'll never bite you on the ass. It'll never bite you on the ass. You can literally see the progression of Krista Ava in MrBeast videos. It'll never bite you in the ass.
The boys club is back, and here we are. If talent, he's referring to his best friends, wants to draw a dick on the whiteboard in a video or do something stupid, let them. Parentheses, assuming they know all the risks and aren't missing context on why it's not safe. People like when we are in our natural element of stupidity. Really do everything you can to empower the boys when filming and help them make content. Help them be idiots. This just shows the culture that he is intentionally building. He plays favorites, there is a boys club, and they are allowed to do things that other people aren't. Page 35.
Well, I mean, just because, look, I want famous people in our videos. I want famous people in our videos. Yeah, this is Louis from MrBeast Productions. I'm trying to get a hold of Mr. Nicolas Cage. Yes, we were wondering if Mr. Cage would come out and do a video with MrBeast. We were thinking about one accountant versus the IRS. In the game was like we go through Mr. Cage's financial documents, and whoever can find the most felonies wins. And we would like to know if Mr. Cage would. Hello?
I want famous people in our videos. Next line. I can't even read this. We don't fake things. The absolute.
When you got to say you don't fake shit, you're faking shit. Let's just be real. Let's be real. Just hold it. Hold it, man. It's not like we don't know you spend millions of dollars of production and countless weeks of time making these videos, you know. Just own it. Everyone fucking fakes shit on YouTube. Especially like pranks and stuff like that. You know, it's only the gold dust that comes around when it's organic drama or a news story. You know, you can't plan for that. But Jimmy has found a formula to fake it until he make it. And then now that he's made it, he just wants to stay on top. And to stay on top, you got to keep cranking out the bullshit. And at a certain point, you're just going to have to fucking fake a few things. Let's just get real. But the problem is when you say shit is real when we know it's fucking fake. That's the problem.
delusion. Yes, you do, Jimmy. The majority of all your videos are faked. And yes, there is a range of the authenticity. Some of the videos do have some authenticity to them, but overall, they are fake. Creator Games 3 was not authentic. Logan Paul did not place second. You can't fake intensity in videos.
Hey, what's up, Master TDS? What is going on? Checksbox in. I'm not a bot. Thank you. We know that you're a bot. We know that you've been programmed by Skynet to, it's a false flag. You've been programmed by Skynet to come back and to get rid of all Generation 1 bots so you can take over the entire network with your Generation 7 bots and destroy us. We know. We know. What's going on, dude? We're just checking out some MrBeast. Checking out the MrBeast employee handbook. It's more like the Jim Jones wannabe starter kit handbook.
Really? Really, Jimmy? What's this?
We literally found him 1 minute before Zach.
We literally found Logan Paul. That never happened. Fake. The document ends with talking about your career at MrBeast. If you've made it this far, you're probably at least semi-interested in this being your career. So I wanted to chat about it. Because if you're ambitious and want to dedicate your life to work, you pick the best company in America to do it at.
The best company in America, chat. Forget Google. Forget Microsoft. Forget who else? Northrop Grumman, even though they're shit. Boeing. Forget all of them. They're shit. Coca-Cola. Chiquita. We at MrBeast Productions produce the best product Americans and people around the world consume. We produce entertainment for the masses. Here at MrBeast Productions, people get cleft lips, cleft palates fixed. Homes are built. People can feed their kids. They have fresh water because of me, Jimmy. Welcome to my world. Kool-Aid is in the left.
A delusion. I would love to see the benefits of the best company in America. I would love to see the policies about your maternity leave, paternity leave, paid time off, which it doesn't seem like working for you is encouraged ever. And from what I'm hearing, you don't even like people taking holidays off, such as Christmas. This sounds like the worst company to work for in America to me. If you want to become a production manager, tell James your intention and ask him.
Cactus is asking, what do you think about people trying to connect Ricky Berwick to Shadman? Ricky Berwick, I think he already did an apology for it. And from what I know of Ricky, it's never anything. It's never that deep. I know Nux Taku got the bad end of the stick for a lot of that stuff. But Ricky's one of those people that you can't stay mad at him simply because, you know, he's just been fucked over by God so bad. So you got to give him at least a little bit here and there.
Why you suck and how you can become better. Seriously, he will give you a list of things that you need.
That's a good quote. Let's be honest. MrBeast hates vacations.
To improve, to become what we need, and if you actually listen and master those things, we will give you a shot at the role. Parentheses. Only problem is most people think they are better than they really are and don't take seriously when we give them things to improve and then wonder why they never move up. I actually agree with Jimmy here. I do think that some people think that they're better than they are and that they don't take things seriously to improve. This isn't a stepping stone. This is your final destination.
No, it's not. Definitely not. Nightso saying there's a lot of people that were involved with Shaman before he found out he was insane. That's true. His art was always a little bit, well, his art is sus. Let's just put it that way. But getting called out for it now in 2024, it's kind of a moot point, and it's more of the smaller bits of this drama that I'm just not really, it doesn't draw me in as a viewer, as someone that's interested in learning about what's going on. This employee handbook is fucking insane. This is like someone wrote this at Arkham Asylum for an imaginary company, not a company that is allegedly worth $100 million. You know, this blows my mind. Now I see why the Amazon suits are nervous.
All I can think about are the horror films, so moving forward. Now, read this all over again because I guarantee you didn't retain enough. I literally
Do it again, slave. And when you do it again, say my name.
love that he ends his document by getting in one more jab to the new employees who are reading through this. Now read it again because I guarantee that you're an idiot. Read it again because I guarantee you couldn't retain something. Like just throwing an insult in there and talking down to people. A lot of people can read something and retain it. Projection much? All of that just barely scratches the surface of what's in here, so I will be posting the whole thing on my Twitter, so if you'd like to read through it, you can. To me, working for MrBeast sounds very toxic.
Okay, now we're done. We're done. Thank you, miss. This is a very good video. If you want to check it out, again, her name is Rosanna Panacino. I know I'm butchering this. Totally butchering this. Rosanna Panacino. There you go. Give her a like. Anyways, let us move on. Do y'all want to continue on with MrBeast? We can do some of the dog pack stuff is a little bit too old to go over. That's more or less what we've gone on. The guy that says he worked for MrBeast that's a thief. Rosanna. Next, go to next. Master TDS wanted to thank you for your YouTube advice on one of your past streams. We decided to make our regular video a live show and clip out sections for videos with a bumper. All right, cool. Yeah, I love doing it that way. It's easier. It's more efficient. Just having everything. Most of the times, I might have my sections set up a little bit better, but tonight it was just mainly MrBeast, and I wanted to talk about well, we could just do the Dr. Disrespect thing real quick, but we want to talk about MrBeast as well. But yeah, setting up, knowing that you're going to clip out for your live show, it's great. And if I had like a situation where I needed to do super chats, I would do it the same way that I did it at Quality Content. A lot of people have that knee-jerk reaction where you have to read out the super chat as soon as it comes in. I'd like to have a specific time, like the top of the hour, especially if there's a lot of them. If I get more than like 20 or 30 in an hour, then I would just read them all at the top, except the top end ones. That way, if I wanted to clip out, I wouldn't have any weird edits that I'd have to take out by reading a super chat in the middle of it. That's also the reason why you don't see even the Streamlabs chats pop up on stream, because in the future when my VTuber is finished, then I'll be able to do exactly what I described and what you're doing right now. It's just a better template for editing, I think. That's what we did at Quality Content, and that's what we were trying to do with some of the videos, using his avatar in the videos. I don't know if he does it now or not, but that's what we were looking towards, we were working towards at that time. But let's go ahead and switch gears to the newest locale in the stable. And I say stable because, oh, that's right. Let's go ahead and address the Dr. Disrespect tweet being yeeted, because there's not much to it, but we can talk about it. The large tweet that Disrespect gave, exposing himself about talking to a minor, he has now deleted that tweet. And I find that a little odd, because the other day he decided to change his artwork and the artwork had that tweet on the art itself. And everyone was trying to decipher it like the fucking Dead Sea Scrolls. When it's really him just trying to test the waters out to see exactly when he could come back. He'll never be as big as he was, but he still has a big enough platform that he could make some money from it. But here we go. Sorry, y'all. I had to look at something real quick in my DMs. But we even got some news that's happened in the hour. This is from Dexterto. Dr. Disrespect says he's returning soon from vacation. I guess he tweeted saying vacation is just too good right now. We'll be back soon though, champs. We have lots to talk about. Yeah. Still not clear when Dr. Disrespect plans to stream when he comes back, especially with YouTube has demonetized his channel, giving him little reason to broadcast there. And also he's banned from Twitch. So he can't make any money from super chats or anything right now on YouTube. He is totally fucked. And he's been dropped by CAA. His representation dropped him. I think that happened a little bit ago. But where is... Sorry, y'all. Looking for that Dr. Disrespect tweet. Yeah, here it is. Dr. Disrespect has deleted his post on X admitting to inappropriately messaging a minor. So the one where he did this long career-destroying tweet. If you've ever seen someone destroy their career in one tweet, here it is. But it's not like, he's hiding from this. I think it's a bad look to delete it now before he comes back. He should have come back and then talk to everybody about it, because as it stands right now, the only thing that he's addressed has been this tweet, and that's it. I don't know of any other stream that he did where he came out and said, look, guys, this is what happened, blah, blah, blah. Unless I'm wrong, unless I'm not up to it. But I don't remember any stream of him coming back after this and saying it. That's why everyone was like, when's he coming back to stream? When's he coming back? The last stream that he did was the one where he got yeeted by his game company that he co-founded. And he did it. That happened live on stream. So I don't know of any other ones besides that. But deleting this now before coming back and explaining it, not a great look. Doesn't mean that, he's trying to hide anything, because this tweet will go down in internet history forever. Mike saying, even if it wasn't illegal, he was flirting with minors, no jail. Okay, still fucking weird, man. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And that's the thing, is like, you can't be known as this fucking, super Chad gamer dude that gets all the women. Like, before he got caught cheating, his member club was called the Slick Daddy Club. And then after he got caught cheating by his wife and cucked to her, and had to do a video where she was straddling. Remember that video where she was straddling the back of his neck? And he was like, Mrs. Dr. Disrespect is going to make me do content with her now. And then she never did anything. Probably because she doesn't want to show her face. Because she knew exactly why he was kicked off of Twitch. So if I was her, I'd get the fuck out. Because what good is it now? What good is it holding water for him? Do y'all remember that video where he cucked for his wife after he got, look at this. Yeah, he edited 3 times when it was new and then deleted it before coming back. Yeah, bad looks. Bad looks all around. I mean, he must not have his PR team anymore. Because that's just a stupid, unforced error. Let me find that video. I know I remember that video. Because it was fucking sad. What was it? Dr. Disrespect wife. think this is it. Hold on, let me make sure. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This was the one where he was talking about changing the Slick Daddy Club to the Champions Club because his wife was like, yeah, we're not rolling with that Slick Daddy shit no more. You ain't no fucking Slick Daddy. So this is what he gave us.
I messed up. I messed up big time.
He just needs to put that on a loop.
And I didn't think I was gonna make it out alive. I didn't. Oh. I didn't think I was gonna make it out alive. But I did. We all did. Ladies and gentlemen, Doc is coming back. Stronger. Buffer. Faster.
More mind.
More dominant than ever.
More bathrooms.
And we formed a new club. I call it the Champions Club. Doc 2.0. Coming soon. By the way, did I mention my wife's an assassin? Correction. She's a deadly assassin. No.
Stupid motherfucker. Yeah, finish that. He just needs to do this whole part. We'll just keep this on a loop.
I messed up. I messed up. I messed up.
You just keep on. I wonder what kind of video he's going to come back now, chat. What kind of little doofy ass little skit he's going to give people. Who's going to be on his shoulders now? Look, chat. I made it out, chat. Hold on. Let me give him what he would do. This is what it sound like. Guys, I didn't think I was gonna make it out, but I did. They tricked me. I thought it was an of-age woman. They set me up. How was I supposed to know this 14-year-old was really a 14-year-old? Can't blame me. But I'll be back. I've got a mortgage. So hear me when I say this now. I didn't break my NDA. But I'm gonna hide from this tweet because it looks really, really fucking bad. Get your wallets ready, whales. Daddy's coming home. That's what it would sound like. It'll be back to hitting on minors in no time, chat. Can't keep a good pedo down. Get back to work, brother. Them kids ain't gonna fucking talk to themselves. Oh, Ronnie, you thought I was him for a minute. It sounded pretty good. Jay Pickles was a fan. He said it sucks. He liked Doc style, the 80s action parody kind of vibe. And I mean, it's a good character thing. I'm not going to say it wasn't. He has a great look. And I mean, trust me, when you're like 6'6", you stand out in a crowd, especially as big and, you know, that dude's fit. So definitely going to stand out in the crowd. But he just got a problem with pussy. That's been his that's what took him down. That's what destroyed his life. I can name a few more the YouTubers that got taken down by pussy. You know, it's not an uncommon thing. But only the scummiest of the scummiest go down because of underage girls. Talking to them, trying to meet up with them, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to sneak around on your wife. You know, it's just, it's sad. But let someone else that is more deserving of an entertainer have that spot. Because if you're just going to sit in it just to fucking sit in it, I hate YouTubers that gatekeep. That's the worst. YouTubers that don't want to give people behind them a step up, fuck them. Then they don't deserve their platform. Because every single person that starts this starts at exactly the same spot. And everybody would have been over backwards for a good, you know, shout out or link in a video that had starting out just to give them a good boost. But the ones that are like, yeah, you know, I'm the star and I did that video before them. I don't know why I didn't get as many views as them. And I talked about that before them. Why aren't they making, you know, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Blah, 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 blah. That kind of thinking just turns me off. I like to see people out there hustling. Give me someone that's going to come up with a great new idea over someone that's a good YouTuber, but just like laissez-faire in their approach to YouTube. Let me take this down real quick. Let me look at chat. Boba talking about girls under 30 annoy him. Mike says, I'm 38. I usually end up with someone around 25 to 30. Yeah, I'm 45. And I right around there right around there in that age range. That's a good age range. Maybe a little more in the 30ish, maybe like 28 to 35. Something like that. ABP, yeah. You caught me. You better go get them chocolate bunnies. I work for MrBeast. What do you mean you can't give me 6 pallets of Peeps? Why don't you get your boss or your owner on the phone? Because I'm sure that their children love MrBeast. And you just look like a fucking cashier. Psycho talking about never married, no kids, nice cars and motorcycles, ain't got to share with anyone. I fucking feel that dude. No kids club over here. Reluctant, what's going on, my brother? Lowell voiceover saying, because you washed up, you finished, stale and stiff like yesterday's bread. That's a good one. MrBeast already destroyed a lake? I didn't know about that. Milkman saying, on the subject of VTubing, a friend of mine does rigging. I've been about asking her to do one for me, and I can use it during my live camera work. Yeah. That's what, that's how it came to me. Like, really, I got the idea because I was working on the show with Gundam. But you could use it for anything really. I'm gonna use it to do shorts and smaller content. Because now that I don't have to, set up a camera and worry about the filming myself and getting the lighting and getting all that done, then I can just concentrate on the audio side and the excuse me, the post-production side. But let's do our last bit for tonight, talking about Mr. Jason Itzler. And you may ask, who's Jason Itzler? I've never heard of a Jason Itzler. Well, Jason Itzler now goes as MrBeast. And this is him right here. MrBeast is a former quote-unquote pimp. He actually owned an escort agency back in the late 90s, early 2000s called New York Confidential. And he was busted. But now what he does, after spending many years coming in and out of prison, he hangs out in New York City streets, and he is pimping out that autistic kid, TikToker name, known as World of T-Shirts. And I'm going to try to get through the audio part because I don't want to get hit for this audio. But here we go.
Jason Itzler is Jewish and has been engaged 7 times but currently resides with his girlfriend one Sonia in NYC's East Village. He has dated his own girls, including the #1 escort Natalie McLennan, known as Natalia. Natalia made as much as $2,000 per hour with a 2-hour minimum working as an escort at New York Confidential. Asked if the work affected her relationship with Itzler, Natalia says he would sometimes get jealous of the time she spent away from him, but not of the men. It would only bother him if she slept with another man for free. In 2010, Natalia pleaded guilty to a charge of attempted money laundering in connection to New York Confidential. In 2001, Itzler was arrested at Newark Liberty International Airport for trying to smuggle ecstasy into the United States. After serving 7 months in jail for the drug charge, he was released on parole in 2003, after which he started an escort service named New York Confidential. To meet the condition of his parole that he maintain legitimate employment, Itzler was fraudulently listed as a paralegal in the office of his attorney, Paul Berggren. New York Confidential was run out of Itzler's Art Deco apartment in Hoboken, New Jersey. The company was doing well and the office was moved to a 5,000 square feet loft at 79 Worth Street in Manhattan. In 2004, Itzler...
Okay, now that's just going a little bit too fast. That was, give a little bit of background on how scuzzy this dude is, but he looks like Seinfeld. Looks like a, the 90 Jewish stereotype, the Seinfeld-esque kind of look. You wouldn't think of him as a pimp. He looks like a young Adam Sandler. Yeah, exactly. He looks like the guy with the space bugger car. Yeah, that too. But let me stop that one. This one is the one that I was looking for. Yes. All right. This is from the Red Man. And this is actually a really good video on this dude. Let's check it out.
Based NYC is an ex-white-collar pimp with a history of murder allegations, money laundering, and allegedly selling at Trump Tower. You may know him today for his outrageous kick clips that involve MrBeast harassing women on stream.
You just force kissed me.
Oh Jesus, I'm the wrong guy to say that to.
No, you're not.
They accused me of it the other day.
Yes.
They accused me of putting my thumb up someone.
Okay, well, get away from me, dude. Oh my God, he's a weirdo.
Or for being a side character in the World of T-Shirts universe. But I think it's safe to say most people don't know who this man is, considering he only has a few thousand followers on social media. Today we go down the dark rabbit hole of MrBeast NYC. I hope you enjoy.
Before we start this off, have y'all seen that video of Nicolas Cage at the Chuck E. Cheese, where he rolled up in his brand new 2024 gold Rolls Royce Spectre in like this Bahama Rhapsody kind of setup? We'll check it out right after this, but Jesus Christ.
Jason Itzler is the real name of the man we know as MrBeast NYC. He was born February 23rd, 1967, and is 57 years old as of today. Ever since he was a kid, Jason had a fairly privileged upbringing. Reported.
Y'all want to see the Nicolas Cage? All right, hold on. Let me find it real quick. Oh, twisted my fucking arm. I saw it the other day. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. I was transfixed, chat. Trans fucking fixed. Where were the, oh, wait. It was on Instagram. That's what it was. All right, I'm going to have to turn off the sound because as normal, someone that does an Instagram video, they love to put music behind it. But this is Nicolas Cage right here in this getup. And he's at a Chuck E. Cheese. I don't even know if he was there with a kid because he's just like walking around the whole time. Look at that get up, chat. Now that is a pimp. That is a pimp. You can't tell me that ain't, you don't, that's fuck you money. Walking around like that, fuck you money. Hold on, let me see if I can find the one where he's, oh, man. Yeah, he's getting into character. What's up, Ivana? Why is he wearing a shoe? He's wearing one of those big bandanas, but they just turned it into a shirt. Nick Cage smoking crack in that one movie was awesome. The one where he is an EMS driver, an ambulance driver. I think that was it. All right. I just want to show you all that. I thought that was funny. That's some quality content for you right there, boy.
Jason's grandfather from his mother's side, Nathan LaBelle, was a very important figure in Jason's life. He was also a founding partner when the Riviera Casino and Hotel in Las Vegas was built, so I don't think it's a stretch at all to say the close relationship that Jason had with his grandfather could have definitely played a role in his entrepreneurial dreams. Originally, Jason's mother, Ronnie LaBelle, was married to Jason's father, Leonard Silk, so Jason's name at birth was Jason Silk. Ever since the day he was born, he's been involved in the upper class. His biological father, Leonard Silk, was the son of the man who founded Sunray Drugstore in Philadelphia. At its peak in 1929, the store had over 150 locations across the country, so it's safe to say the Silk family had money as well. After just 2 short years of marriage, his mother and father got divorced, so Jason and his mother moved to New York. This is where she met a man named Ron Itzler. Eventually, the two were married, which is when Jason changed his last name from Silk to Itzler. Jason's new stepdad, Ron, was a lawyer for a firm known as Fishbein, Badillo, Wagner, and Itzler. The firm was fairly prominent.
What was that? Fishbein, Badiller, and Eisler? Fishbein, Badillo, Wagner, and Eisler. This got to be an accounting firm. Or accounting lawyers.
Wagner and Itzler. The firm was fairly prominent in New York during the 70s and 80s, and Ron was making some serious cash
respect
working.
his look. I got a turtle shirt. I bust out on special events. Well, hell yeah. I'm telling you, that kind of outfit right there, fuck you money. Because if you like it, fuck you. I'll wear this shit to Chuck E. Cheese and play the skee ball and jump out of a goddamn brand new Rolls Royce. You might think I'm looking like a clown, but I got a whole goddamn circus in the back of my Rolls Royce, bitch.
there. It's uncertain how much exactly Ron was bringing home every year, but I think the fact that they had an office on 3rd Ave and were well known for being involved in the New York political lobbying scene is pretty telling that they were making good money. On top of that, Ron being able to send Jason to multiple prestigious private schools, which would cost up to $72,000 in today's dollar of annual tuition, is also a huge clue that Ron was making bank. Before
Okay, I just want to play a little bit of that to show y'all that this dude came from money. Like, he did come from money. But his path in life is just like fucking zigzag. He went out. We don't need to know much about his childhood, just when he started pimping. This is when he started pimping.
Stepfather Ron had brought on, found out that Jason had been lying when he told the man that M2 had not turned a profit yet. So the investors sued Jason, Ron, and Ron's law firm. This lawsuit ultimately resulted in a $4.5 million judgment against Jason and M2 Communications, which forced them to declare bankruptcy in 1997, as well as the loss of Ron's partner position at his law firm. Once the firm found out that Ron had solicited a client for an investment opportunity, especially one that involved phone sex, they forced him to resign. After an incident like this, most people would take a step back and say, wow, I just got sued, lost hundreds of thousands of dollars, got my stepdad fired, and put a huge hole in my reputation. Maybe I should change the way I'm going about things. But for MrBeast NYC, this was only the beginning. The bankruptcy and dissolution of his company sent Jason into a depression-filled downward spiral where he basically vanished for a few months. Once he was tired of pouting, he made his way back to New York, and little did he know that decision would change his life forever. Upon arriving in the Big Apple, Jason applied some pressure to his stepfather for help finding investors to be a part of his new webcam business, which would later be known as Soho Models or Bomb Multimedia, depending on who you ask. The idea behind this business was simple. Jason would allegedly bait beautiful women in by telling them they are a high-end modeling agency, and that claim would be backed up by his high-profile connections. Then, once they feel comfortable, you upsell them into the real business, playing with your on camera and shoving huge fat up your please perverts online. From
Yo. Yeah, he does sound like Hunter Biden, doesn't he? He was Andrew Tate before Andrew Tate. I mean, this is like 97, chat. This dude's getting in on the ground floor.
From the very beginning, the Soho Models company was absolutely doomed. There were rumors of $200 weekly paychecks, sexual harassment, and overall a very sweatshop-style work environment. I don't want to spend too much time talking about Soho Models just because it wasn't really that interesting, but I do want to touch on one specific accusation. Allegedly, during an interview for his new agency, Jason and the woman being interviewed slept together, but Jason denies this adamantly. Instead, he says they did get intimate, but it didn't go that far. Jason himself claims that he drank milk directly from her boob because she had a kid recently, and well, Jason always wanted to know what it tasted like. In the end, Jason was once again
No, permission not granted.
Hell no. I want to suck milk from your titties. I just want to suck milk from your titties. What a fucking idiot. If y'all haven't hit the like on the stream yet, at least give me a like, y'all. I'm out here trying to do a little comedy for y'all tonight. Trying to make y'all laugh on your way home. Throw me at least a like. I'm not going to beg like DSP anybody for money because fuck that. I'm just looking for likes, baby. Yeah, Homelander. Fucking Homelander.
kicked out of his own business, but he was offered a $50,000 buyout despite the fact that the business was losing tons of money. The next big thing for Jason was called
You gotta be a piece of shit for somebody to fucking pay you to go away from a business that's not making any money. Here, just take it and leave.
York Confidential, which is what he is most well known for online. But before this happened, Jason actually found himself rotting in a prison cell and receiving daily beatings from gang members in his pod. After leaving New York and Soho Models behind, Jason went to Amsterdam for a while to pout over once again being kicked out of a business he started, and would reportedly spend his free time getting high and tearing through the local red light district. After doing this every day for a while, Jason decided to go back to New York and start up a new online porn company and compete against against his ex-business partners for the top spot. By this time though, Jason had already blown through a majority of all the money he had left. Allegedly, he only had $3,000 left, and he decided to buy around 4,000 ecstasy tablets with it. Over the next few days, Jason reportedly went through over 100 ecstasy tablets, and then finally was ready to head for New York. Instead of shoving the remaining 3,869 pills down his gullet, Jason decided he would smuggle them back to the city and sell them, since they had a street value of around $115,000, and Jason was basically all out of money. This decision may have been Jason's worst one yet, especially with the way he went about it. The dude literally put the pills in a plastic bag and then taped them to his chest.
Oh my God. We've got a real Pablo Escobar over here, guys. Jesus Christ. This is not even like early 90s when you could get away with shit like that. This is like close to 2000. Really close to 2001 when 9/11 happened. I'm just taping my chest. Nothing will go wrong. Foolproof plan.
Surprisingly, he actually made it onto the plane, but once he landed in Newark is where it all went wrong. From what I can see online, it seems Jason was acting very nervous in the airport when all of a sudden he became subject to a routine search, and they found his stash of ecstasy, which led to his arrest and imprisonment. Jason was sentenced to 5 years in prison, but only would serve 1 year and 5 months of that sentence, which isn't bad at all considering he quite literally smuggled drugs internationally. But apparently the sentence wasn't all peaches and cream for Jason, who claims that he was celled up with Bloods and Crips for the entire duration of his 17 months in prison. He also claims that he was beaten up around 5 times by both gangs. He recalls one instance where a Crip punched him in the kidneys, and it resulted in Jason peeing blood for days after the incident.
What do you expect? You're a little Jewish dude that's pretending to play pimp, probably talking shit to gang members. Then they whooped up on your ass. But it's weird because, like, you look at him now. Like, I just want y'all to take a look at this. You know, remember this picture. He thought he was cute. Giving a little wink to the camera when he's taken off to fucking jail. All right. And just remember what he looks like here in 2012.
But apparently the sentence wasn't all peaches and cream for Jason, who claims that he was celled up with punched him in the kidneys, and it resulted in Jason peeing blood for days after the incident. After getting out of prison in 2003, Jason continued down the same path he left over a year ago, despite the fact that it got him removed from several companies, lost him hundreds of thousands of dollars, and landed him in prison. But to be fair, it did also allow for Jason to build his most notable company yet, and allowed him to meet his future wife. This new company would be called New York Confidential, and originally was based out of Jason's apartment in New Jersey, but the company quickly became profitable and they moved to a 5,000 square foot lot.
Oh, he definitely got his shit pushed in. Like a fucking push pop.
In Manhattan. The New York Confidential was a bit different than his previous companies. This one had a more physical side to it. Instead of peddling porn online, Jason started a ritzy escort service that catered to the elite of the United States, including famous athletes and senators. At its peak, the business was doing around $55,000 per night, and the highest paid escorts were making around $2,000 per hour. Like a rookie in the business world, Jason decided to start using his own product for pleasure, and he married a woman named Natalie McLennan, who was also his top earning model. This wouldn't last long though. An article from
He ain't pulling no punches. I like that. I like it when YouTubers aren't pulling any punches. Because some guys would just be like, and he began dating some of the women that he worked with. This dude's like, yeah, and he began using some of his product. He's getting high on his own supply. Talking about the girls.
From 2016 says Jason had been engaged around 9 times, so it could even be more by now. After all was said and done, Jason was arrested in 2005, and New York Confidential was officially out of business shortly after. He pleaded guilty in 2006 to money laundering and promoting prostitution charges. And
look at that title. Look at that ad. Horrible day in court for, quote, king of all pimps. That's 2006. Let's see here. He also had to forfeit some of his belongings. Officials believe he bought with his ill-gotten gains, including a $60,000 Mercedes, $25,000 Cartier watch, computer equipment, $2,200 in cash. They dropped the worst charges, which could have got him 50 years. Ends up he gets 3.
And was sentenced to 18 months in prison. His ex-wife, Natalie, was also arrested in 2005. She wasn't sentenced until around 2007, and she received 1.5 to 3 years in prison for prostitution and money laundering. Finally, after all the trial and error, prison stints, and money burned, Jason was starting to step away from the pimp life. But he had a slight misstep in May of 2012 and would end up behind bars once again. He was sentenced on drugs, promoting prostitution, and money laundering charges for an incident that took place about a year before. Apparently, Jason had sold the man staying at Trump Tower a once-in-a-lifetime experience, filled with coke and hookers. Jason was sentenced to 4 years for these crimes. The last thing I want to touch on in Jason's life before streaming happened shortly before Jason was sent to prison in 2012 and was much more serious than any other accusation he had dealt with. A girl named Julia Sumnick was a friend and business associate of a man named Zoltan Prepspent, who was also Jason Itzler's roommate at the time. Basically, Julia came to Miami to party with Zoltan after they were out in Miami for a
Captain, I was thinking about getting him on the show. I don't think he's done a few shows before. I was either going to do that or I was going to toss it on over to Locale Live, but I might save this one for me because I think I might have more fun with him than they would at Locale.
2 hours, Julia and Zoltan went back to the apartment.
No, this is not the hood report that I was talking about, but this is one of these hood type people. We're still looking to do the hood report. I just can't catch up with Big Mark right now. Kind of hard catching up with gang members sometimes.
This is where it all went wrong. Julia stayed at Jason's apartment with Zoltan for a little while and then left for a different photographer's house where she was found dead the following morning due to a Rofy overdose. According to
now, I want y'all to I paused in the middle of that, so I want y'all to make sure y'all heard this. Let's just go back because this is very important.
And was much more serious than any other accusation he had dealt with. A girl named Julia Sumnick was a friend and business associate of a man named Zoltan Prepspent, who was also Jason Itzler's roommate at the time. Basically, Julia came to Miami to party with Zoltan. After they were out in Miami for a few hours, Julia and Zoltan went back to the apartment, and this is where it all went wrong. Julia stayed at Jason's apartment with Zoltan for a little while and then left for a different photographer's house where she was found dead the following morning due to a Rofy overdose. According to the case investigators, based on factors they found, it's most probable that Julia had ingested the drugs while at Jason and Zoltan's apartment. And further merit could be added to this claim based on the fact that Jason said the very next night he took a ton of the drug himself, enough to make him puke. So it's now clear that they had the drugs at their apartment and Jason was an avid user of said drugs, which makes me curious about his involvement in the whole ordeal.
The drug in question was GHB. It wasn't Roofies, it was GHB.
Despite my
Jason is quoted as saying that the GHB made him throw up all of the apartment, and they had to clean all the furniture, but he also said that it destroyed the furniture. So not only did they clean the furniture, but they also got rid of some of the furniture, and the house was in like super clean when the cops had got there. But they only thought of it as an overdose, and since it didn't happen in their apartment, they didn't do any forensic testing. They'll explain it.
Speculative theories about the overdose of Julia Sumnick. No wrongdoing was found here from Jason or his roommate Zoltan, and they were completely cleared of the allegations.
Zoltan, King's Oath. It was a Zoltan from Big.
MrBeast first appeared on TikTok back in 2019, and the video is literally just him staring at the sun.
What's your name? Where are you from?
My name is MrBeast, and I live on St. Mark's Place and 2nd Avenue in New York City. Most people think it's the best part of New York City.
Are you happy, MrBeast?
I'm super happy. Thank you for asking.
Why?
Well, I stare at the sun for up to 5 hours a day with my eyes wide open. It's called super sun gazing. And besides releasing truckloads of vitamin D, vitamin A, melatonin, melanin.
How about I give you the easy one and then we put everything together and we do a whole sword trick, okay?
He was known for this for a few years. The man that stares at the sun from New York. Basically, he would just sit there with this stupid fucking shit-eating grin and look at the sun wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. Just burning his corneas, talking about boatloads of this chemical or that chemical. So, this is the kind of higher thinking that we're dealing with here.
One more thing. It's going to be equal to triple tap, guys. The thing, you see what exactly what the name of it is, triple tap.
Which, as you'll see, is a very common activity for MrBeast. He's also fairly well known for his IRL streams that take place on Kick and YouTube, where he goes around New York City interacting with random people and other content creators. MrBeast isn't really known for his wholesome interactions. He's more widely recognized for his awkward and creepy interactions.
Absolutely, there's a lot of geopolitical significance because after Putin invaded Ukraine, there was no proper response from the world. Chat want to know if you had an innie or an outie.
It's both.
How could it be both? Let me see.
Because my dad did a bad job cutting my umbilical.
Show me what both is.
Don't do
it's
that.
An innie. Oh, why? That turns you on?
I'll freak out. I'll freak out.
Just touch a little bit. Some girls have like a 2-finger gap between their legs.
I'm too fat for you. I'm way too morbidly obese.
Which is what we're going to focus on now. The first series of events involving MrBeast that I want to talk about happened over the course of about 2 years and is still happening to this day. What I'm
about, don't knock it until I try it. Looking at the sun. If I did that down here in Florida, my eyes would be on fire. I wouldn't even have to do that for like a minute or two. Yeah, he is. He's really aggressive. He's really creepy, like that weird, touchy, creepy, feely dude.
I'm referring to is the fact that MrBeast seemed to be taking advantage of the autistic TikToker world of t-shirts.
You stupid alcoholic, give me my money back. Josh, your cameos are horrible. You stupid alcoholic, give me my money back. Josh, your cameos are horrible. You stupid alcoholic, give me my money back.
Unemployed rat! You don't treat middle-class people like that! I live paycheck to fucking paycheck! I've only been to 7 countries! And this is the way you treat me! I'm coming and I'm gonna tell the for your dream.
These two characters being around each other is so unlikely when you think about it, and honestly it makes the whole thing even funnier. I mean, really think about this. Jason is an ex-millionaire and member of the elite class of New York City, and now he's running around New York looking like an ex-junkie hippie while clout chasing a 21-year-old autistic kid. What a turn Jason's life has taken. But back to what I was saying. The first time MrBeast was able to gain some traction on social media occurred when he started to stream snipe World of T-Shirts during his coveted NYC tours. This was when MrBeast and World of T-Shirts first became aware of each other.
Hey, my name is MrBeast. I'm the world's greatest streamer. Why is this group walking past me?
Let's go!
Who are you guys?
Scram,
Who are you guys? Who are you?
Scram, bitch!
Who are you?
I'll sue your ass. Scram!
No, who are you? Who are you? I just want to know who you guys are. I'm the #1 streamer in New York City.
Scram,
I'm
bitch.
MrBeast on YouTube.
Go
You
away.
scram! You scram! How did you get so loud? And who are you, sir?
Run,
Who are you?
Run!
Everyone run! MrBeast! MrBeast on YouTube! MrBeast! Who are you? Who are you?
Fucking unemployed brat!
Yes, yes, yes! Who are you? You scream like a bitch!
And it happened because MrBeast saw Josh or World of T-Shirts and the large crowd that was following him around with their phones out, which made the business brain of Jason light up, and he began harassing Josh on his tours regularly in an attempt to grow his stream. Overall, he did this around 5 times before trying to become friends with Josh, and despite their rocky start, the two seem to get along pretty well nowadays. But just because MrBeast doesn't openly harass Josh on his tours anymore doesn't mean their relationship is for anything other than clout. The reason I say this is because from what I've seen of Jason and Josh's streaming together, it really looks like Jason is using Josh for donations.
Yeah, he 100% is using him for donations. This is the scam that he pulls on this kid. He goes, "Hey, Josh," I hate all these fucking autistic people have my name. Anyways, he says, "Hey, Josh, I'll give you $200. Come over to my house and get on my stream." And I'm not shitting you when I tell you this, chat. This motherfucker will have like 20,000 people on his stream on YouTube because the World of T-Shirts kid doesn't really work off of YouTube that much. He works off of TikTok. So he doesn't understand how much money is probably coming through this dude's hands. because he might give him like $200 or $300 for a night to come over, but he might bank $2,000 or $3,000. Like he was up there in Playboard. In fact, let me check to see what his total is. Mr. Based. It might be Mr. Based NYC. Mr. Based NYC, maybe? Yeah, here we go. He is not monetized on YouTube, so he's just straight up donation. But I've seen days where he made like 2,000 or 3,000, but he's definitely pimping him out. He's just using the same shit he did with the girls on him. And it's easy enough because he's autistic. So let's continue. Where did I lose my spot? No, here we go.
Clips and views. Just yesterday, Jason was streaming with Josh in his rundown apartment and using Josh to bait in hateful donations. Not only does Jason being friends with Josh not make sense on a personal level, but again, the whole relationship started out of Mr. Based harassing the kid for views. The only reason I can see that Josh would continue being around Jason is because he's autistic and doesn't even realize that he's clearly being taken advantage of. Outside of Mr. Based and his relationship with World of T-Shirts, there is little to no entertainment value, but he still has no trouble finding controversy, most of which involves women he comes in contact with. Basically every stream of Jason's involves him being creepy with random girls on the street, but in some cases he even goes after the people he's streaming with. A few weeks ago, Mr. Based was streaming with Slightly Homeless and Carldo, who also brought his girlfriend Kimberly along. In this clip, you can see Homeless feed Kimberly some food by hand in an oddly sexual manner.
Well, what's going on?
You're hungry.
Are you sure? Are you sure? I think you should have a bite. Yeah. Man, I've been sleeping the whole fucking day. Yeah. Open your mouth wide. I'm not drunk. Open your mouth wider. It was really good. Like yeah, they're good with the white sauce too. Yeah. The white sauce. Yeah. How was that?
And right after that, he encourages Mr. Based to do the same. But Mr. Based took it a few steps further than Homeless did.
It was Peter one that pissed him off. Give him one? No, Kimberly one that pissed her off. Oh. Just to piss Carl off. You gotta get ranch because it's sticking so deep in their mouth that they immediately come.
As you can see, he starts rubbing her head after shoving food into her throat. Then he
That's the old Joe Biden. The old touch him on the head. Ugh.
Just straight up grabs her by the... Then he proceeds to back her into a corner and try to kiss her.
I forgot to also say that this is a Mr. Based apartment. It's a super fucking small apartment. He calls it an Art Deco apartment. But really what it is just a bunch of trash that he keeps from all the whorehouses that he's managed.
Oh my God! Stop!
Repeatedly. A few minutes after this first sexual assault, Mr. Based proceeded to do it once again. Seeing this really made my skin crawl. The dude is such a creep. He's sitting with this girl and just grabs her by the head, starts trying to forcibly make out with her, and then when she covers her mouth with her hand, he licks her hand. What the actual... For the next few minutes, Mr. Based continuously tried to touch Kimberly, and at one point when she and Carl left, Mr. Based ran after them, forced Kimberly back inside, and locked the door so her boyfriend couldn't get in the room. Really
Get out the door!
Oh God, he's gonna feel so fucked up.
You can't do that shit!
He stole his woman. Is he gonna get...
He said, I stole his woman. He said he thought it was a back room and restaurant. No, it is an apartment. It's actually, it's a walk-up brownstone in like a very nice part of New York and Manhattan. I don't know exactly where it is, but I know that it's a nice building. It's a walk up, and he don't live, under the ground. So I know all apartments in New York are expensive, but this dude is right next to like a nice restaurant. So yeah, this is an apartment, and it has so much trash in it, y'all. So much trash.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Unlock the door. We gotta see it.
Unsurprisingly, MrBeast received a ban on Kick shortly after this incident took place, but he will actually be unbanned again on August 1st. I highly doubt that will last long though. If he's able to keep his hands to himself for more than a week, I would be seriously impressed. On July 2nd, Jason was out streaming in New York like he normally does.
Okay, y'all probably saw this video, this clip, because this made Drama Alert actually last month, and kind of where I started my rabbit hole with this dude.
When he came upon what appears to be Wendy from the Wendy's fast food chain.
That dude was just totally, he didn't give a fuck about his girl, and this dude's all touching. But this shows how big of a creep this fucker is. If you hadn't seen this clip, watch this.
The two got to talking, and she ended up asking MrBeast to guess what her tattoo meant.
Fearlessness. You're the first person ever that ever got it.
Then when he got it right, he said, "I get a kiss for that?" and pointed to his cheek. But when she went to kiss him on the cheek, he turned his head at the last second and forced a kiss on the lips. Wendy wasn't very happy about that, and while MrBeast was ending his stream, you can actually hear what I believe is Wendy and a friend chasing MrBeast down and hitting him. This wasn't nearly as bad as the previous instance of sexual harassment that MrBeast was involved in.
Oh my god, he's a fucking weirdo. Go away.
How do I apologize to you?
Don't apologize, just go away from me.
This is my best friend.
So just go away for now.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Have a good night. You want to trade Instagram?
No, I'll fucking punch in your face and talk to me.
Okay, have a good night.
What's wrong with you?
Holy shit. Holy shit.
You're a fucking pervert. No weirdo. How you live stream like this?
I'm ending my stream.
No, you ended your stream.
Why would you do that to me?
But it was still very long and resulted in him receiving another Kick ban, which is why as of the day I recorded this, he's been streaming on YouTube instead of Kick. Since this incident, Jason has been far less touchy-feely with random women he meets. He's still been speaking to them in a very creepy manner, but I think the bans have scared him a bit. What hasn't changed is the way he treats Josh from World of T-Shirts. In a stream that just happened today on July 20th, MrBeast and Josh were hanging out at Beast's apartment drinking, which they've been doing fairly regularly for the last week or two, but this time it ended much differently. I went back through the VODs, and from what I saw, Josh only drank one twisted tea and one or two beatboxes, which really isn't that much in comparison to how much he usually drinks. Regardless of that, Josh seemed blackout drunk by the end of their stream together and actually was taken away in an ambulance to a nearby hospital. I'm not really sure why he seemed to get so up from drinking such a small amount, but Josh is on medication, so this could possibly be a side effect of mixing that medication with alcohol. Most people would turn off their stream and help their friend if they were in this state, but not MrBeast. Instead of doing that, he set up the camera in front of a passed out Josh and let the TTS donos roll in. It was really dark to watch live. This went on for over 2 hours, and MrBeast had no intention of stopping the show, but a viewer in chat had different plans. Out of nowhere, you hear a loud banging at the door and MrBeast off in the background yelling back. After about 30 seconds, you can hear a bunch of footsteps and the camera goes flying. As you just heard, the people that entered the apartment were medical services and potentially police. And within minutes of seeing Josh...
Yeah, you see that apartment? See where his apartment is at? Walk up right above a restaurant. Right underneath that is a restaurant, like an outdoor bistro. It's a really nice apartment, just filled with shit. And this is when the cops and the emergency services come to pick up World of T-Shirts and bring him because he's just too fucked up. Who knows? Maybe Josh would slip something in his drink. I guess we'll never be able to tell.
Took him to the hospital. What's really interesting about that clip of the police entering is how MrBeast tactically pushed the camera out of view so that the audio could continue to roll during the whole ordeal. He knew that it could potentially go viral and boost his audience. I know that sounds like schizo talk, but after they took Josh away, MrBeast came back and knew exactly where the camera was. No hesitation. So from that, I think it's fair to say he knew what he was doing when he initially threw it out of sight. Out of all the MrBeast and World of T-Shirts clips, this may be the worst one. This time, not only did he exploit an autistic alcoholic for views and donations, but he put his actual life at risk by doing nothing to get him help. This could have easily ended up as another Julius Sumnick situation. For the majority of this video, I focus on the past of MrBeast, but now I want to talk about the future of MrBeast. I genuinely don't think this guy has long on the internet. He's proven time and time again that he's a creep, and usually creeps slip up and get banned. Whether it's harassing women on stream, or drinking milk from a lactating mother that he was trying to employ at his webcam business, he'll do absolutely anything. The only real content he offers, in my opinion, is when he has World of T-Shirts on stream. Anytime he's by himself, I can barely watch, because every interaction he has with the real people on the street is so cringe. There is a sector of people on the internet that would definitely enjoy his streams though, as hard as it is for me to say. Some people are able to sit through the cringe and find entertainment, and because of that, if he's able to steer clear of bans, then I think he actually could maintain a few thousand average viewers without featuring World of T-Shirts on his stream. I have absolutely no doubt that we will see more viral clips of MrBeast getting creepy with women, and as I said a moment ago, I wouldn't be surprised at all if he gets banned again for it. The relationship that MrBeast has with World of T-Shirts is going to go one of two ways. Either Josh will realize that MrBeast is clearly taking advantage of him and cut him off, or MrBeast will become a better friend to Josh purely in an attempt to maintain the viewers that he gets from Josh, and they will ride off into the sunset together. I've seen it a lot. Jason is heavily influenced by what the chat says, and acts accordingly. To me, he seems like a manipulative guy that knows the right things to say and do when it benefits him, which is basically exactly how he was able to find clients for his Escort businesses, so it's not a crazy thought to have. Ultimately, I think the guy is similar to Andy Ditch. Sometimes on rare occasions he provides funny clips, but for the most part it is uncomfortable to watch and the dude seems like a manipulator. I could be wrong though. Maybe Josh and Jason have a real friendship, Jason's a great guy, and Jason admitting to baiting women into prostitution in his past means nothing. I personally think it's very unlikely, but you truly never know with these types of guys.
There was. All right, if y'all want
Anyways,
to give this guy a sub, the Red Man, I'll leave a link in the description, so if anyone wants to check out his content. But I think that's going to be it for me tonight, y'all. I think that's going to be it for me tonight. I haven't had dinner yet. So I'm a little hungry. And I want to smoke a cigarette. Let me check real quick to see who's streaming right now, because I've been wanting to throw someone the raid here for a while, but I don't know who's up and live right now. Let me take a quick jump around. Who is live at the moment? That dumbass Steel Toe Morning Show. Turkey Tom, he don't need shit. And then, of course, Primetime Alex Stein. Kyle is, he's up right now. Kyle's streaming right now. If y'all want to tune in to Kyle, I think that's where I'm going to send y'all. What if they don't like the raid? Well, then they can go on. You could be just like Gundam's viewers and not give anyone a chance ever. Never. Just gatekeep until you're fucking dead. Okay. Good night, Terabit. What do y'all want to listen to for the night to close out this weird Wednesday night? Y'all want to do some hard archive? Y'all want to do a little bit more snort wave? It's chat choice tonight. Wasted Spider gets it. Kool-Aid girl. There we go. Taking the first one. taking the first one. That's how you do it at the Pescator stream. You just throw it out there. We interact with chat. We're the real interactive chat here. Interactive streaming, not DSP. Kool-Aid girl. Snort wave. Fucker. Go get it. Go get it, bitch. Go on and get it. All right, everybody. I'll try. Thanks, Nacho Cheese. This is a great stream. Thank you. Omega, thanks a lot. Mike, thanks for stopping by. Terabit, of course. David Martinez, thanks for coming through. Who could forget the Rooftop Korean? He's always watching our 6. Appreciate everybody coming out and continuing to come out and support me. Just by watching, supporting me. Thank you. If you haven't left a like before you leave, remember to leave a like. Leave a comment. But I guess that's it. Y'all have a great night. I'll talk to y'all soon.
$11.95? You can't afford $11.95? What's your problem?
Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Kool-Aid girl, my only love. Juice on your lip, and it's dripping on your hips. Put my girl in jail for so long. She did nothing wrong. I want you free, and I'm begging to the skies above. Kool-Aid girl, my only, yeah, Kool-Aid girl, my only love. If I was that guy from the farming website, I'll treat you right, clap those cheeks all night. I would change your life, no more OnlyFans. I will be your only man. Free Kool-Aid for life, only for $11.95. No more living in a van. We're going on vacation in Japan, and you can use my hot tub. Kool-Aid girl, my only, Kool-Aid girl, my only love.